All right, good morning. It's time to react to the books that made it to the final round. So let's take a look. And I'm not sure why the camera is washing me out like this, but just pay attention to what's on the screen instead. All right, so final round nominees. Of course, Tomorrow made it. It was really cool that Other Birds made it. I'm really intrigued by Notes on an Execution. Frederick Bachman. Yeah, none of these really are surprising. I'm going through all the categories, even though, not always. Again, none of these are surprising. You got Lucy Foley, you got Ruth Ware, Simone St. James, etc. I don't read a lot of them, but let's see in this category. Okay, so it looks like the one that I have, Hester, didn't make it. Obviously, Taylor Jenkins Reid made it. Not surprising. Okay. I'm nervous. All right, let's see who made it in fantasy in my category here. So really annoyed at two of them, but unsurprised at just about everything that's in here. Obviously, Babel, Fairy Tale, those made it. Interesting, Golden Enclaves made it, and I haven't read that yet. I'm really bummed that War of Two Queens made it, and so did House of Sky and Breath. Let me look at my list to see, because I'm trying to remember the other ones on here. Oh, interesting. Neither of the myth retellings made it, Electra and Kakei, which I still have left to read. Oh, the N.K. Jemisin didn't make it. That's a bummer. So I still need to read those. The City We Became and the World We Make. That's a bummer. It's not surprising that Atlas 6 made it. I haven't read that yet. Thistlefoot did not make it. That's unsurprising. I was not sure why it was on there in the first place. Ordinary Monsters did not make it. I still have yet to read that one. Oh, Metal and Bone didn't make it. The Sarah J. Maas and the Jennifer L. Armentrout made it over Metal and Bone. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. Of course, I'm still going to read all of them, but that's really annoying because these, yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave off on that one and go to the next one. Okay, so of course, both of Colleen, is that Colleen Hoover's book? Yeah. Of course, both of Colleen Hoover's books make it. Emily Henry makes it. Ella Hazelwood makes it. Okay. I'm not really interested in romance, so. All right. Science fiction. Okay, none of these are surprising. Upgrade made it. I don't know why. Sometimes science fiction appeals to me, but now it doesn't. I'm going to skip over horror. Actually, no, let's look. Let's hear. I recognize them because a lot of the ones that Okay, well, if Nettle and Bone couldn't make it, then I'm glad that T. Kingfisher has this one of her books that made it to the final. A lot of these did not surprise me that they made it. I've heard different things about them. Am I going to read them? No. Now, this is annoying. It's a co-written book, and of course it makes it. So maybe it'll make it even farther. I am going to skip humor. Don't really know anything about that. Let's look at nonfiction. I don't really recognize any of these. All right. Memoir and autobiography. Okay. None of these are surprising. I'm really pleased to see that Solito made it. Solito is the only one in this category that I had already read. So I'm glad that made it to the final. I've heard really good things about these other ones. So that's good. History and biography. That's good. Interesting. The Bad Mexicans one didn't make it. I am interested in reading this. Okay, so the ones that are not surprising here, Heartstopper, Lore Olympus, Saga. It is really cool that F made it. Oh, it's also not surprising that the Grishaverse book, Demon in the Wood, made it. I'm going to skip poetry, but let's see who made it on debut novel, see if it's anyone that I recognize. Okay, so Kaikei didn't make it in fantasy, but it made it in debut novel. That's good. So maybe once I read it, if I really like it, I'll vote for that one. All right. Young adult fiction. I did vote in this one, so let's see on this one. Oh, I was nervous because I didn't look at that top row well. I was nervous that All My Rage didn't make it, but okay, it made it. This is the one that should win. I'm really glad that I Must Betray You made it. I'm not surprised that the Casey McQuiston is on here, or the Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Oh, I really want All My Rage to win it. Okay, now we go to this one. Let's see what made it. Okay, so Bloodmark made it. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea made it. Interesting. I am currently reading Belladonna. Let's see which ones didn't make it because I've read more of those. Okay, so one of the ones I haven't read, so This Is Ever After didn't make it. Oh man, Sunbearer Trials didn't make it. That's annoying. If You Could See the Sun, that's one that I'm way down on the list at the library for. That one didn't make it. All That's Left in the World, I haven't read that one yet. I'm not surprised that one didn't make it. I haven't heard much about it. Not surprised that Cytonic made it. I'm trying to think of the other books that I have read in this category. So I'm going to look at my reading journal real quick. A Magic Steeped in Poison didn't make it. That's a bummer. And I remember there's others. Okay, I'm so not sad that Violet Made of Thorns and Hotel Magnifique didn't make it. I'm trying to think of other ones that I have read that. Let me real quick pull up my little image that I use I should have done that instead. Let's see, young adult. Which other ones didn't make it? All right, let's see. Oh, The Dragon's Promise didn't make it. That's a bummer. It's a big old bummer. And Only a Monster didn't make it. I'm not surprised that Only a Monster didn't make it. Okay, so there's that category. And now I'm really nervous because for middle grades and children, because there's one that I really like now. And now I'm super bummed. Gotta be kidding me. Okay, I knew for a fact that Stellar Loon would make it on here. I'm so glad that Small Town Pride made it. So mad. Because that's my least favorite out of the ones that I've read. New From Here didn't make it. That's the one I just read. I am so mad. I'm also kind of ticked off that 2 of the children's books made it. Like, why? Are you doctoring votes, Goodreads? Because I kind of think you are. Okay, now, I'm also kind of bummed that Elephant Girl made it because it wasn't that great. It was fine, but it wasn't that great. I am not bummed that Arusha or Zachary Ying or Witchlings or Amari made it. I have not read the Rise of the School of Good and Evil. I'm not surprised that made that on there because you have the TV show that's helped it out. The Kelly Barnhill didn't make it. I just realized When Women Were Dragon didn't make it either in the fantasy category. Sorry, Kelly. Okay, so what else didn't make it? Ravenfall, one that I've been waiting. I've been second on the list for Ravenfall since I reserved it. I'm like, why are you taking so long with that one? I'm really, really bummed that New From Here didn't make it. All right, so there you have it. There's my mostly bummed out reaction to what made it to the final round. I'm still going to read all of them. Only now in my check-ins, I'll mention whether or not they made it to the next round. It'll be interesting to see what the vote totals were for a lot of these. Still really bummed that New From Here didn't make it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.